Hi guys, this is your Robot Boys with Robot Wars Great Extreme. The America versus UK battle. So it will be USA versus the United Kingdom, USA versus the UK. And so how it's going to work is 4 robots, 2 from each country will face it out, and 2 will progress to the final round. Oh, these are going to be 2 of these matches, so 2 matches of 4, and the finale will be a final 4 battle. So let's begin with round 1. We have Chaos 2, very powerful flipper, has won the UK Championship in Robot Wars in Season 3 and 4, and won Season 1 of this show. And also from the UK, Stinger, very powerful mace flipping device, very strong and very heavy, could do very well. Now representing the United States of America, Dissector with his very powerful crunching jaws, very strong and has won numerous times in BattleBots. And George, a robot that has competed in Robot Wars Great a few times. The best he's gotten is 6th place, I believe. Very good flipper. Can't stream mech when he's like this though. He can like that. Alright, 3, 2, 1, activates. The Stinger comes in and rams in after George. Now they are not working as teams. They can try and knock out each other if they want. So the American people can go after the Americans. The same with the UK's. George is coming in and flips Stinger up and over. Not much of a great attack there. I'm going to do that a little bit in this fight. So Chaos 2 is up on his back and is now stream mech, and he escapes. And goes after George and flips him on the area where he cannot stream mech. Matilda's now got Stinger right where he wants, and Dissector is holding him in play. But Dissector gets flipped by Matilda, and he's on his back. Dissector, that's the area he can't really stream mech well in, and he just drives away. And goes right after Chaos 2. Chaos 2 now flipping George back onto his wheels. Oh, and Chaos 2 has lost one of his diamond thingies. I think they're called diamond or crystal or whatever. Stinger now flipping Matilda, but not doing very well at it. Matilda is just getting dang, Stinger is not doing very well at flipping Matilda. He's trying so hard, and he succeeds. Now he's up and over. Stinger coming in and flips Chaos 2, and he's on the floor flipper, and the pair at least minute. 3, 2, 1. And Chaos 2 nearly touching Mr. Psycho. If you touch Mr. Psycho, that is certain death. Can Chaos 2 stream mech? Yes. George flips him over again, though. Stinger is already trying to go on the attack, and Stinger nearly puts in the pit by Brawler. George flipping Chaos 2 up and over again. He has got to be very careful with the CO2. But he has, and Stinger's out. He's down to the 2 USAs. And Chaos 2 is trying to stream mech and his escape. George now in very much trouble. He can flip very high up. George now trying to get underneath. And 3, 2, 1. Dissector gets banged all the way against the wall. And George trying to stream mech. And George is flipped. That was knocked all the way into Matilda's corner. That was one of the weirdest flips ever. Chaos 2 is easily flipping this middleweight. And he's out of the arena. So Chaos 2 and Dissector move on to the next round. Alright, on to our second round match. First I'll introduce the American team. First off we have the Dark Knight, who did very well in this first heat in Robot Wars Great. Helped defeat Razor, and in the final round lost to Dan Tom Kia in his heat. And we also have Toro, a very powerful flipper, has won a ton of times in BattleBots, a very great competitor. Next up is Hypnodisc, with his very powerful spinning disc, and stream mech. He's done very well in Robot Wars in many series, is very good. And Triber, a very powerful flipper, sort of cousin, brother of Chaos 2, basically made by George Francis. Well, it's sort of, if he was a real robot, I mean. He's got a very powerful flipper, won the first season of Robo War, and by Last Day Dawning, and won Robot Wars Great Season 4, so he's our current reigning champion. Alright, 3, 2, 1, activates, and Triber and Toro immediately go after it. Toro is right underneath, Hypnodisc going after Triber, and the Dark Knight going after Toro, sorry. They're all going after their own country, that's a little weird, but now the Dark Knight is flipped over Hypnodisc, and Hypnodisc flips over Triber. Toro flipping Triber a few times and is up and over. Triber's now on his back in Matilda's corner. Now Triber trying to return the favor. The Dark Knight has got, Toro has got one of the lowest ground clearances on his side and back. Oh, and the back it came off the Hypnodisc. And now Triber runs for the pit release. Hypnodisc pushes the Dark Knight, and he's on top of Toro. That's awesome. 3, 2, 1. Four flipper flips him over. The Triber flips him back, and the Dark Knight flips him over again. And Toro's slipper's now just gotten jammed, and now Triber's going after the Dark Knight. And the Dark Knight flips Triber into the pit. He's out. The Dark Knight now self-rights, and this is so far turning out to be a great battle. They're now pushing into each other. It seems like they can't get their flippers in right, and it looks like Hypnodisc is going to be counted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Oh my goodness! What an upset! Toro and Hypnodisc advance to the next round. The Dark Knight is out. Cease. Alright, this is our final match. Let's introduce the American robots that made it through. Dissector with his very powerful jaws, and Toro with his very powerful flipper. Both robots from BattleBots, and of course from America. And we have Chaos 2 with his very powerful flipper, and Hypnodisc with his very powerful disc. Both from Robot Wars. Both very good, but also from the UK. In any scenario, they could probably easily beat each other, any of these robots, so it just determines, it's just a matter of who can win this time. Alright, let's see who can win, America or UK. 3, 2, 1, activates. I should say United Kingdom. And anyway, Hypnodisc comes after, Toro goes after Hypnodisc and flips him, and Chaos 2 and Dissector go after each other. Chaos 2 flips him up and over, Dissector, Streamex, and they're going after each other again. It seems like Toro's slipper was stuck for a second, but he came back down again, and they're now hanging out in Matilda's corner. Hypnodisc is being flipped up and over once, twice, and thrice, as the Robot Wars announcer would say. Toro is now flipped over Hypnodisc again. Chaos 2 going after Toro and flips over Hypnodisc. Very interesting tactic there. And Chaos 2 is in Mr. Psycho. He gets lifted up barely. Chaos 2 escapes. Toro is now continuing his assault on Hypnodisc. Chaos 2 coming after. And flipping underneath. Toro, can you Streamek? Oh, it seems like Mr. Sir Kilowatt, sorry, I almost called him Mr. Sir Kilowatt, has gotten Toro right where he wants him, into his corner, and puts him out of the corner. Okay. Dissector coming in and ramming, and oh, Chaos 2's backplate. Okay, and Chaos 2 flips over Dissector 3 to 1. And the hammers! Yeah. Chaos 2 flipping over Hypnodisc, check it. And Toro flips him over, well actually back onto his back, and flips him again, and puts him on the floor flipper, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is a rule, I'm allowed to do that, 3, 2, 1. Hypnodisc is up on his back, and Hypnodisc is back up and over. Chaos 2 runs towards the pit release, Chaos 2 ramming in, Toro flipping Chaos 2. Hypnodisc is now being chased by Toro. We push and flipped out, and we are down to 3 right now. And Chaos 2 pushes Toro in the pit. It's now down to America and UK. Chaos 2 versus Dissector, both champions. And now Dissector's on the floor flipper. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is a rule. Remember this. This is not cheating. I've stated this before. This is a rule. 3, 2, 1. Serious it is. Alright, and Dissector has got Chaos 2, and Dissector is pushed down the pit, and America has won the USA versus UK championship battle all-star thing. Alright, thank you for watching, and good night.